quiet space with deep trust, and you're able to relax. So whether you're sitting with him physically or not, it doesn't matter. It's beyond time and space, because the truth is eternal. Anywhere, anytime when you listen to it, if your being is ready, because the truth is eternal. Anywhere, anytime when you listen to it, that is the being is ready. Because the truth is, this whole 108 series of satsang, we're in volume 1. We're already coming to the end of 108. They're basically a compilation of all the past satsang Swamiji has given since 2010 to 2012. So they are all very, very powerful clips, and we're now revisiting some of them. So let's enter into the next insight, which is insight number 97. So we're covered already in 96 so far. So insight 97, it says, breaking boredom in spiritual practice. See, the nature of the mind is that the mind will get bored by any spiritual technique or practice after some time. Some could happen in a few days, some could happen after a few weeks, some could happen after a few months. Invariably, the mind will start getting bored. That is the nature of the mind. So the master's job, the guru's job, is to go on breaking your boredom pattern, that you get bored easily. You want something new. So by inventing new methods, new techniques, new processes through which you will be involved in the spiritual practices again and again, in a way that is very entertaining for you. That is, sometimes somebody say, the truth is what? I have to tell so many different ways, tell you jokes, tell you different things so that you get it. So that is the lila that the divine play on us. So he said every samyama is a technique where you basically open up all the inner powers that you come with, because in every being lies a treasure trove of powers. And the way to open up that treasure chest is through samyama, which is one of the techniques given in Yoga Sutra of Patanjali. So this satsang was taken during the time when he was expounding on Yoga Sutra of Patanjali in 2010 till 2011. Okay, so he said that every samyama that I gave you, every technique I give you, every method I give you is nothing but the original technique of unclutching. He said, unclutching is the source of all this. If you learn unclutching, all this will just be a permutation of the original technique of unclutching. That's why Swamiji gave unclutching as the way for liberating yourself from all suffering, including health, relationship, as well as all kind of suffering. So he said, I just changed the package. The packaging is different because after some time you feel a little bored. So, oh, it's the same thing again. That's what the human mind will always judge. It's the same yoga practice again. It's the same routine we're doing. He said it finally boils down to the deprogramming of the boredom patterns. You need to be able to see everything as brand new. Every day you're brand new. You're not the same from yesterday. And raising you beyond boredom. The body is always, the powerlessness in the body is tiredness, getting tired all the time. The powerlessness in the mind is boredom. She said both patterns have to be broken, tiredness and boredom, body-mind. Next slide. So he said, just like food is a basic need for your body's survival, doing the practices is a basic need for your spiritual life survival. Understand? We need certain spiritual routine to ground us, certain spiritual routine to bring us always at a high consciousness frequency, radiating high vibration. Otherwise, a lot of external negativity in the society with the people you mix with, they just bring you down. So that spiritual, practices of, living in a spiritual life is what is needed to keep you radiating the consciousness. So the purpose of each new technique is to break down the boredom pattern in you and raise you to the space where you are inspired to do these techniques. So as a guru, as a master, he inspires us to do these techniques so that you continuously keep going, keep practicing. Like right now, we are doing the Patipadevatra, right? So Swamiji has introduced so many, fasting program, Nirahara Samyama, and then Turatitas, Samyama, and then now with this Patipanevatram. So all this is to make sure that we do spiritual practices during certain time of the year, so that the body gets primed for spiritual awakening, also prepare us for the initiation that he gives. So where you are continuously following the spiritual practice without missing it, without moving out of it. Imagine if your guru say, "Oh, you don't need to do anything; you just sit." After a while, you also get, your body is not able to radiate the frequency, because your see, for enlightened master, they are already there, in realized. For us, we're still in the process of getting there, being, with the self-realization. So we still need to work with the body. The body is one of the important enabler for the consciousness to hold the energy of enlightenment. To hold the energy of enlightenment when he initiate, or when the when the whole landing of the energy happens, you need to have, your body need to be like a golden vessel which can hold the energy of enlightenment. If your body is like a cracked pot, the minute the energy land, everything leak out. So which means you can't retain the enlightenment experience. Understand? Enlightenment is nothing but continuously radiating the enlightened energy. So even you have a satori, like a glimpse of enlightenment, suddenly feel so blissful, but not able to hold the energy of the bliss, is because the body is not prepared and the mind is not, prepared to hold the energy. Okay, so that's why he said, break the bottoms in your spiritual practice. Everything is brand new. Every day you're brand new. The body also go through, renewal every few months. Have a new organ, you have a new stomach, you have a new skin, you have a new, everything is new over a period of 1 to 2 years, depending on which part of body you're talking about. So the body has its innate intelligence, not only to renew itself, to heal itself. You just need to make sure that you don't bring back the same diseases through the same mental setup. Okay, the same mental setup of boredom makes you bring back the same pattern back in you, and same disease back in you, same disorder back in you. So that is what is needed to break this pattern of boredom or tightness, so that you can feel every day as brand new. Okay, so that is the first insight today. Next slide. So we're going to do manana, contemplation, which is the second step in the Vedanta. So this insight reviewed by Swamiji. See, your mind will get bored by any spiritual practice after some days, some weeks, some months. Okay, how can we keep our spiritual practice fresh and exciting? So let's contemplate on that. We sit for a few minutes with Swamiji and look at how some people, or like the yogi, is able to keep living, this truth, and be able to keep up with the practice and not fall off from the practice. How is it possible? What do they have that you do not have yet? Let's contemplate for a few minutes in silence and see what Swamiji revealed to each one of us. Okay, so close your eyes. can open your eyes now. Anyone want to share? He reveals 3 techniques to me, how to keep the practice fresh and exciting. 1, breath awareness. He said, through breath awareness, you're back into the present moment. In that present moment, you open all your possibilities. So breathing is one technique to keep your practice fresh and exciting. The second technique he said is basically devotion. When you're connected to Guru, whether it's your God, your master, the devotion part of it, because it's the related to your heart, not the mind anymore. So the devotional part, the emotional feeling connection is so powerful that you can just experience the excitement. Like for instance, for me, every day when I do my yoga practice, it's not a workout for me. It's my time with Swamiji, because the devotion, because that time is like 1 hour. I'm dedicating the time to spend with him, and in that communion, whatever happens, whatever that get downloaded, whatever get experienced as like a prasada that he gave me in that 1 hour of time spending with him. So it's my time with him, private time with him. So that is devotion. The third technique that he gave was by unclutching. When you unclutch, enter into nothingness, emptiness, then you will see that all your possibility can open for experiences, higher spiritual experience, whether it's travel in vertical time zone, you go and meet certain deities or divine beings, there's certain energy. So all that can happen. Even something had happened in your body as an explosion of energy, or feeling something gets awakened. So that's one of the way also unclutching. So these 3 techniques he revealed to me when I sat with him. Anyone? Huh?
Overcome fear.
For you it's overcome fear. Nice.
Fear.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That's what he revealed.
I felt.
Great. And you, I?
For me, it's just close your eyes, say whatever is in the dark is what you get to see. When you really want to see darkness in you, you bring out the light that you want to see. It's not the darkness, but the darkness will enhance the light for you. So you don't have to worry about the darkness. The moment you close your eyes, you don't have to be worried about the darkness. From the darkness reveals the true light.
Correct. See, the darkness is nothing but an inner space. That's how the cosmos was created. It was created in darkness also. When baby happened, it was in the darkness energy that the cosmos got created. Prakriti, everything was created in the darkness. Yes. So, great. Amazing sharing. Okay, next slide. Let's enter into the next insight, number 98. Understand your higher identity. So this is another fascinating satsang that he gave. See, all these are condensed into like bite size. Of course, the original satsang is much longer and much more. Sometimes when Swamiji give a satsang, he will talk about many other things, and then, but this is like condensed version of the truth he wants to reveal. So he said, you can never ever become a high achiever if you are not built on foundation of high ethics. So he said, high ethics are important to become a high achiever. Your ethical principle creates the foundation on which your personality is built. What kind of ethics you are established, whether you are a cunning fellow, you try to cheat, you try to, take shortcut, like you're not grounded, you're not integrated to the reality, for instance. So understand, if the ethical foundation is not strong, weak, even a small shake will send a tremor through you. That means you could just be shaken and imbalanced. Say the whole building will just shake, and then you may even collapse, right? So he said every individual should understand his position in the broader context of society and also the universe in which he's living, he's operating, where he's existing. So broader context of society, where you're living now, relating to the society and the whole cosmos. Say he gave an example. Let me give you an example. He said, you usually settle down with a few small identities, like I'm the son of some person, I'm the father of someone, I'm the wife of this person, I'm a manager of this team, I'm the subordinate of this boss, I'm the supervisor of this bank. So many labels were given, right, as part of life, whether you are an employee, whether you're a boss, you're a leader, etc., a mother, etc. So all these are different identities or labels that we are given in life. Next slide. So he said, but this is not enough, because a small shaking from society is enough to cause an earthquake in you. What he called mindquake. Inside got imbalanced and shaken. He said your whole personality will be shaken. You need to see your identity in the broader context, in relation to society and the universe also. He said, what am I in this society? What is my social responsibility? What am I in this universe? What am I in this universe? Like, your true identity in this universe, and what is my responsibility in this universal context? So these are the questions he said that you should contemplate, ask yourself, so that you have the right understanding in order to exist, so that you're not falling blindly by the society's fear and greed. You know what you're here for to do and what your role is in the society. So they say this is very important, because understanding your higher identity, not just restricted to this body, mind, in this life, in this society that you're living. He said, understanding your expanded identity makes the job of the smaller identity easy. So when if you understand that you're Paramashiva, you're the source, then even you assume this embodied form as this person, right, where you have chosen to be born in this body, mind, this form, you know that you're here, you're using this body to achieve what you want to achieve, or exhaust whatever karma you want to exhaust in this birth. And then ultimately you know that you're going to return to the formless as energy. So that needs to be clearly understood about your expanded identity. So when your identity becomes clear within the larger context or broader context, the identity which you carry with your family, your team, will look so small. You're just, okay, this is just one dimension of me, but this is not the entire me. Then everything becomes very simple and easy. You know how to operate. You just know that this is part of your expanded identity, and you just basically do what it needs to do for that relationship. But deep inside you, you know that you are, who you are as a higher identity. So remember the higher truths about you. The higher truth about you, that is based on consciousness that you should be operating, not from, oh, I'm a mother of so and so. I have kids now, I have to take care of. Or I'm already retired, I need to take care of my grandchildren. All this kind of thing. These are all your lower identity. Bring yourself up to the higher identity, then everything will just become clear. Next slide. So when you remember your universal responsibility and social responsibility, completing your office responsibilities becomes nothing. You just know, okay, I'm just doing this job because for that I need to earn a living, to pay my bills. So I know I need to do this, but that doesn't mean that I'm defined by the entire position or the job that I'm doing. Or your household responsibility, as a family householder, it becomes such a simple thing as well. You know your responsibility, you have taken the responsibility to have a family, and then what you need to provide. But other than that, you are able to go beyond that identity alone. So you play this game out of freedom. Freedom is what is needed, because once you get trapped, once you get clutch or attached to certain identity, you lose sight of your higher identity. You forgot your higher identity. And so he said, remembering the higher identity makes you understand that the responsibilities you have are all just too small, too simple, and you're much bigger than all of them put together. Understand? Then you will perform well with your team, and you have a beautiful relationship also with your family. You will be able to learn how to coexist in the society, not creating tension, not creating lack of trust. All that will just fall in place. Okay? So you say whenever a responsibility is easy for you, whenever you will have no trouble following the ethics. You will say, let me be ethical, nothing wrong. So only in complicated situations, like when you're in a crisis, like you have to do or die kind of situation, you compromise on your ethics. You just try to sometimes take shortcut. Sometimes you just compromise by not sticking to the truth. And in that kind of decision making, sometimes you create a mess. You make the wrong decision. You're myopic. You're only looking at the very short term, not in the long term, or not with a full picture. So he said, understand there is no crisis in the world. No crisis. Listen, he said, even if the whole world is in crisis, you're not in crisis. That's what he's trying to point out. You're not in crisis because it will dissolve into you and come out as you, because you are the source. Any crisis, you can just swallow it and chew it and just digest it. That is the powerfulness of your inner space if you are able to bring yourself back to your higher identity. Because only as Paramashiva, as the source, you can have the power to do this. If you only think that you're this body mind, then you will feel the limitation. You only feel that you're just a jiva. A jiva is like struggling, a jiva is constantly in suffering. Now, if you remember your Ishvara as well, then the Ishvara dimension will start manifesting through you. Okay, next slide. So if you think you are a body, you will never be able to wake up early in the morning, because the fight is between the ego identity, the body and mind. Okay, your laziness and your physical identity both have equal powers. So the pattern of laziness and your physical identity will fight. And so in that war, you are going to lose. So always fight with always fight the lower identity problems with the high identity. That means from consciousness, as Paramashiva, fight with your consciousness, because consciousness should always be the master, not the lower identity. Okay? So associate yourself with a higher identity. Then in every battle or in any problem, you will just win, win, win. It's a win, win, win for you. Remember your higher identity and infuse that into your day-to-day life. That's more important. Integrate into your day-to-day life how you operate, how you exist, how you serve, how you work, everything. So keep your body, mind, and consciousness infused with the freedom of higher identity. Deep down, hold the higher identity as your core, and then the rest are just periphery, how you operate individually from different relationships and different identities. So when you infuse the high identity into your body, you get health. Okay? If you infuse high identity into your mind, you'll get joy, you get bliss, you feel happy. When you infuse higher identity in your consciousness, it is enlightenment. So catch this. Higher identity infused into the body, you're healthy. Higher identity infused into your mind, you experience both happiness, joy, and bliss. When you infuse higher identity into your consciousness, it is enlightenment. As straightforward as that. So higher identity is what we need to understand who we are. Next slide. Let's enter into another contemplation. So Fundamentally, your higher identity is your Paramashiva, the source. In all your aspect of your life, whether it's health, your mind, or your consciousness, see where you're missing. See where you have blind spot that cause you to be unhealthy, cause you to trouble, cannot experience joy or happiness in your life, and see that why you are missing living enlightenment. Let's take a few minutes, okay? Close your eyes and contemplate whatever the truth has been revealed about understanding your higher identity. All right, relaxed. So, any revelation?
Basically, still at the ground level.
Huh? L. Yeah. L, right? The blind spot, huge blind spot. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so let's enter into the next insight. Insight number 99. The God's number, 9. He said, stay centered in consciousness. So, what is this, all about? Let's understand. He said, the human mind basically oscillates between fear, and greed. This is the nature of the human mind. It continuously moves from this extreme to that extreme, and that extreme to this extreme. So constantly you're like a pendulum, oscillating one side, this side, oscillating this side, and also fear, greed. So whole life, if you're not aware, you're not centered on consciousness, your life will be driven by fear, greed. And of course, at the end of the day, you will have a lot of health problem, mental problem, and then of course, you will just perish. So this is the way how, when you don't start seeking beyond fear and greed, this is where, you'll be stuck. So he said, take the example of this web camera. Let's say this camera. It continues move from this end to that end. He say, looking at this corner and that corner. The camera is consciousness. The movement from this end to that end is the mind. So the mind is the movement of your consciousness attention. When it moves from between the extreme of fear and greed, okay? As long as the movement is there, the highest possible coherence does not happen in you. It means the consciousness where you can experience your highest coherence with the cosmos will not happen. He said the highest possible coherence happens when the consciousness just stays without oscillation. That means you need to be still. You need to still the mind, not oscillating from this. He said when the consciousness stays in restful awareness, being still, being in the emptiness, then the highest possible coherence happens in your system. Okay, next slide. He said, how can the consciousness stay without jumping between the extremes? This is the real question. He said, whenever your consciousness pulls you towards the fear extreme, just consciously slap it with the greed extreme. That means move the other side. Then you will come back to the center. When the unconsciousness is rushing towards, again, the greed side, oh, I want, then slap with it with the fear extreme. Okay, if you want, something will happen to you, okay? You will lose your life, So again, slap the whole greed, wake up. Then again, you come back to the center. Okay, better not. Better don't go there. You understand? So they say this is the way how the mind game. Next slide. He said, understand that this is from the Yoga Sutra Patanjali. He said, what Patanjali means, he said, he used this word, pratikasha bhavana, okay? He said, when your fear is awakened, you forget your greed, you forget about your future, okay? So you have the fear that the one mistake which you make is going to finish you off, destroy you, for instance. That fear makes you forget about the possible future you can have. And the greed about the future disappear. So suddenly it's like, oh, I'm not going to live long, I don't have future anymore. You're just going to, perish. I don't have, the possibility of enjoying, for instance, something. So you do more and more messy things. You mess up more. You go into deeper and deeper trouble. So when you stay in that fear zone, okay? So instead of one crime, now you will have another crime. You'll face 100 other crimes by messing things up. Okay, when you mess things up due to your fear pattern, you create more mess. This is the unconscious flow of the mind. Don't get into that mess. Don't allow the fear to make you create 100 crimes, which is 100 mess in your life. Next slide. So he says, same way when you are caught in greed. Oh, I want this, I want it. You want to, aspire something, you want the greed. You forget that the fear, and then you do some foolishness, right? You just want, I want to make a lot of money, quick money. So you go in, let's say, for instance, you go and gamble, or you go and cheat someone, for instance, do out of the greed, for instance. Only after that do you even remember the side effects or after effects of your action. So when the unconsciously greed takes over you, consciously slap the unconscious with fear. What if this thing's going to happen? So the fear will slow your greed down. So when the unconscious take you over, consciously slap your unconscious with greed again. So you will again come to the center. I mean, you will fall back to the center. Being in the center suddenly raises you to the highest possible coherence. That is what Swamiji called as niyama. See, yama and niyama, right? Niyama is like a flow of life, law of life. Niyama is exploring your highest possible coherence. So this is exactly what Buddha calls as the middle path. Those of you who study Buddhism, Buddha talk about this middle path. Constantly being in the center, not that extreme or the other extreme. So many times when people take the decision to take sannyas, for instance, they just want to jump into the sannyas. Then I will tell them, Swamiji said, when you take any decision based on the extreme of fear or extreme greed, like for instance, someone say, oh, I can't take this anymore. Let me just run towards, and take sannyas so that I don't have to worry about all the problem I have in my life. Something you take sannyas because of greed also, right? You say, oh, if I can take sannyas, I don't have to, I can have a conscious breakthrough quicker. For instance, whatever you do out of the intention from fear or greed, whether it's a decision to take sannyas or the decision for marriage, you will be a failure. Not from powerlessness. Powerlessness like fear or greed, he said. If you take either the decision when you are centered, that means you are centered, you're in the middle path, you will suddenly see that you're taking the decision out of niyama, your highest possible coherence. Understand? So it's not from extremes. Next slide. So only decision taken in the highest possible coherence should be executed. Any decision taken out of extreme fear or greed will lead to a mess. Even if you are successful in that decision, you will be completely depressed or missing something vital in life. You will have that realization later. So yama and niyama are not just laws or rules as given by Patanjali. They are powerful processes to put you into the state of highest possible coherence. Okay? So there was when he talked about yama and niyama. So he says center on consciousness. So how can you be centered on consciousness? Let's take a few minutes to contemplate, okay? Based on what Swamiji has reviewed. You know, when you are into fear, slap with the greed. When you're in greed, slap with fear. Then you fall into the middle path of being centered. Contemplate from the context of your own life, your very own life, where you are right now. What do you do in the past with this new insight? What you're going to do differently. All right, open your eyes. Let's enter into the last insight for today. Insight number 100. He talks about 3 kinds of karma. So listen. He said, let us understand this word karma, which has been somehow misunderstood by the common man. So Swamiji is giving the right understanding of karma. He said, in the Vedic tradition, there is no good karma or bad karma. Because in the society, they say, oh, that's your bad karma. That's why you're suffering. Oh, you good karma. That's why you are enjoying good life. He said, there is only karma. And I say, how come? You see people suffering and people having good time. He said, let's understand karma. He said, whatever you are not able to make part of your life or your understanding, you label it as bad karma. Whatever you're able to assimilate and make it part of your life, you say it's good karma. So understand this example that Swamiji is giving. He said, suppose you use a projector to project some scene on the screen. Okay, let's say you're projecting some slide and it's projected onto the screen. Sometimes it is projected, the projector light is too big and only 70% of it falls onto the screen. Let's say the thing is too, the angle is not correct, and then only 70% of the projection fall onto the screen. Okay, then the remaining 30% fall outside of the screen. Let's fall into the wall or some cupboard, for instance. Okay, So in this example, the screen is your experience about life. Okay, the screen that is there is your experience about life. And the projector light is the karma. So whatever is falling outside of the screen is, whatever is falling inside the screen, you label as good karma. And whatever is falling outside the screen, you call it bad karma. So now what do you need to do is make the whole thing into good karma, is it? Or just expand the size of the screen, expand the screen so that, which means expand your understanding about life. So this is life, whatever is going to be projected. But because you're not able to catch the whole thing, you catch only part of it. So the part of it you're able to catch, you say is good karma. The other parts that you miss, you say is bad karma. Understand? So next slide. So understand whatever can fall inside your screen, whatever you're not able to grasp, whatever fall inside the screen, whatever you're able to grasp, we call it good karma. Whatever is falling beyond the screen, whatever you're not able to grasp as part of your life, you call it bad karma. Now all you need to do is integrate karma. As long there is good karma and bad karma, healing can never happen. The healing needs to happen only when you drop this labeling. There will be no, there will be only one part of karma constantly hurting you, okay, haunting you. So this is what you need to do. Say, if you increase your understanding about life, you will expand the screen. It means increasing the understanding about life means aligning yourself to the cosmic law, the cosmic reality. Then your understanding about the whole thing about life become expanded. So your screen get expanded. So when all your life experiences come within the grasp of your understanding, then you will not call anything whether it's bad karma. Because he said that is what Swamiji call as surrender. Because life is an unpredictable happening. You can't predict life. You're not in control. Life is in the control of the cosmos. You cannot try to control everything in life. You see, surrender is nothing but being ready to expand the screen. Surrender means whenever the call is needed for understanding about the larger picture about life, you are ready to embrace. Being ready to expand your understanding about life is whenever it is needed. It's called surrender. Okay? And not fight with that. Not fight with the limited truth you understand. This is what I understand. This is the truth. You fight. When life is showing you, hey, there's something more. This is all your blind spot. Don't forget your blind spot, because this blind spot should be the whole picture. Okay, next slide. So karma is like weight training weights. The weights which you lift are karma, and the pain which you feel is bad karma. So the beauty and the strength of the muscle which you build is good karma. And you will have the understanding that the pain part is the muscle getting built, and there's no bad karma. There will be no pain. You understand the sweet pain, the part of the body getting stretched or getting strengthened is the process. Then you understand, this is part of the augmentation of your muscle memory, that it needs to be changed, and that happen as a sweet pain, right? So the sweet pain, so then suddenly you will see the whole thing as good. The sweet pain is good. You not feel like, my body is in such a pain, I cannot do this anymore, I give up the practice. You understand? A lot of people give up on practice because they don't understand that the pain is symptomatic of, the body is getting, we call that, the body muscle is being built, or something is getting released, for instance. So the attacks that you face in life are karma, right? Whatever something that happened to you is karma. The richness and the strength that happens in you as a result of the attack or experience is good karma. So the pain you go through at that time is bad karma. That's what we say. But if you understand that all the richness and extraordinary strength happens because of the pain which you go through, those moments of insecurity or fear, then there is no such thing as bad karma. The whole thing becomes life. This is how life is teaching me. That's how life is presenting to me, and that's how I'm experiencing life. There's no good karma or bad karma because life comes in this package, and I'm seeing this as it is. When I do something, part of the side effect is that this is going to be the repercussion. This is going to be part of the end result. So then you see this as part of life processes. You will not say, "Oh, I have bad karma because after doing this something happened to me." Understand? Next slide. So take this practice. This is a technique given by Swamiji. Say, look into all the incidents in your life that you have attributed to bad karma. See how you can expand the screen and see them differently so that there is no bad karma, no bad happening in your life. Understand? Like for instance, I was scammed before, and I lost a lot of money. So when I look back, do I say there's a bad karma? No, it's part of the whole process for me to be able to experience the loss and understand that, look, if I have not experienced that loss, I will not be able to understand the true wealth life within me. The true, wealth can never be taken away from me. Even physical wealth is taken away from me, I can recreate again. I can again manifest because the power of creating the wealth is inside this being. So then there's no bad karma. Losing that small amount of money means what? My ability to handle bigger loss in the future is there. I will not be shaken. I will be able to see this external thing as just, see, anything lost, Swamiji says, is a death. Okay? It's a death. Not just physical death that we know as, but anything you lose is death. Whether it's death of your financial or death of your patents, all these are called death. So losing that is a death of, let's say, some of my insecurity about life. So to me, there's no bad karma. It's just something life is trying to teach me. So that is how I understood. So now let's enter into the last part of the contemplation. Okay, so now we are going to enter into a meditation. You're going to sit, tie your eye band. You okay? I get your eye band?
Yeah.
Okay, take the eye band. So based on those insights, the 4 insights that has been reviewed today, you can meditate on any of the insights which resonated in you, and then see the aspect that you need to bring you to the highest possible coherence. That means bring yourself to be centered on consciousness. Just see what Swamiji reveals to you, the message for all of us. Okay? Ready? So I'm going to play the Mahavakya when this, we'll meditate for about 11 minutes. That's what we normally do for 11 minutes. So get ready. You should sit comfortably. So sit now in any comfortable meditative posture with the back straight. Just remember all the insight or the deeper truth that Swamiji revealed in this session, and see which are the ones that you need to contemplate. So let's start.
I welcome you all with my love and respect. Let you all open all your 3 eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om 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 Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om 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 Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Relax. You can slowly, very slowly, open your eyes. So, anything got reviewed? Huh?
Be the higher consciousness, like Catholic behavior, not easy to go into practice. The remaining there very long time, but actually it puts you down. So it's got a lot of training.
Yeah, that's what we need to do the spiritual practice.
So I feel okay, you're there for a while, then it pulls you down again. Fear of chaos when you recognize. To stay, I mean, for a longer period, more than 5 minutes, it takes a lot of work to be done. But the good thing is about higher consciousness is a very good thing to be able to take in most of us, I mean, as far as I know, don't realize that.
Correct. We lose that aspect of yes. So once you again reintroduce and say, oh wow, yeah, I forgot.
Like what you think, the fear and the greed, it's actually associated to that particular point where you earlier mentioned. So if you have the higher ethical thing in you to know, then this thing doesn't really happen to you so much. Because we are always in the lower end. So the
You
fear,
struggle, right?
yeah, so we have how to raise it back to that level, because it's not just happened today or yesterday. It's been going on and on.
Yeah. It's
So for us to come back to that level, at that point, if you're consistently practicing, maybe it really happens. So it's
we have
just
to
a
start
prayer
somewhere.
practicing.
Yeah, we have to start somewhere. Yeah.
So I find that was a very good highlight today, which I really want to take it back.
Awesome. Thank you, Swamiji. And you?
Because we think that thing is the most
For me, is being focused. That's what I think.
Okay.
Being conscious
And learn
being
how to
focused.
let go of your fear and all your
Yeah.
worries.
Letting go, yes.
Hmm?
I managed to today. I no fear. I'm so much at ease and peace.
So you
Yeah.
see tomorrow your pulse will go up. already
That's right.
already inside of you.
Energy and
Yeah, the meditation already see the pulse will go up. You go up to 70 or more. Okay, you just need to hold on to Swamiji and ask him to bless you. Okay. What about you?
The karma thing, so is all the happenings is just for us to learn from it.
Yes. To learn and make you wiser, right? And Jara Shanika, anything you want to share? You have anything revealed to you?
Just have to constantly remind Paramashiva and also the awareness, and have to remember his Guru Vibe so that I'll wake up to do yoga.
Yeah, don't forget, huh? Okay, great. So, shall we finish the last few slides? So, again, to remind, every Tuesday we're doing this spiritual healing and power manifestation. Please do bring people, come and so that we can enrich more people. Next slide. So, once again, we invite everybody to become e-citizen of Kailasa. You can PM me, private message me if you're interested, or speak to any of the Raja Sabha members in those who have attended Paramashiva Sena program. Next slide. And so we'll resume again next week for lesson number 26. Today we cover 25. So let's enrich more people. And today's satsang has been very, very powerful for me, like the deeper insight about consciousness. So I hope all of you enjoy. I hope you enjoy.
Yes.
Yes, excellent. So we have two more sessions, 26 and 27, before we finish this volume 1. Okay. So those of you who are interested to even watch the earlier, you can go to our YouTube channel. I think Jari Sharika has always uploaded to the earlier sessions. If you have missed it, you can go and revisit the old recording that is posted on our Kailasa Singapore YouTube channel. Okay, correct. Jari Sharika, all the past session of the insights has been uploaded, right?
I didn't upload, but I go live to YouTube. But YouTube is a bit slower. Okay.
So can we archive everything because you did the recording, right? So can we ask her
Yes,
to
I have a playlist, Avatar Click. I send the playlist.
send the playlist, because some of them you see like for Ma and Aya, they just joined today. For this is like we're already at the tail end of all the volumes, so the entire volume. So it would be good for them to, if they want to watch the earlier sessions, we can give them the playlist. Okay.
Okay.
So with that, let's conclude with the Purna mantra. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat Saubham Bhagavad Shri Nithyananda Paramashiva Paruka Paramastu. Om Nithyanandam. Thank you, Nithyanandam. See you next week again. Take care. Stop the recording. Jerry Sharika, you stop the live streaming.